actually a YouTube, what's up? It's your boy GrayMan47 coming back at you with another video. Yo, welcome to episode 2 of Guns and Grub. And if you did not get a chance to see the first video, make sure you double back and check it out once you finish this video. What I do in these series is I give you a 2-for-1. I give you 2 things in each one of these videos. First, I give you a gun review because that's what I do. This is a gun channel. And I also give you some good eats. And that's the grub part of the Guns and Grub. So this video, we're gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna give you my world famous sweet potato pie. We're getting around the holiday time. So the sweet potato pie is a big one in my household, and I make the bomb sweet potato pie so good that I once beat my aunt in a blind taste test. How do you think she felt about that? I'm gonna tell you, I know how she felt about that. Moving right along, so we're gonna dig into this. Also in this video, I'm gonna do a gun review, and the gun review is gonna be another Sig. And for those of you guys that watch my videos and that know me, you know I'm a big Sig fan, so you shouldn't be shocked. But I got a Sig P320 M18, and it also is a Wilson Combat Edition as well. All right, y'all, so the first thing I'm gonna do to make this pie is I'm gonna take my main ingredient, the star of the show, which are sweet potatoes. You can use yams, but yams don't make quite the same pie as sweet potatoes. So my preference, first preference always is sweet potatoes, but if you don't have a choice and you got yams, you can use yams. So I'm gonna take the star of the show, I'm gonna peel those potatoes, dice them up into cubes or cube them up, and then I'm gonna throw them in a pot of boiling water and get them nice and soft and ready to go. All right, y'all, so I got my potatoes all chopped up, and as you can see, they're pretty decent sized chunks. I don't want them to cook too fast and get too mushy, but I try to keep them in a consistent chunk. So they're all ready to go. Next, I'm gonna put them in a boiling pot of water to get them all nice and soft and ready for the rest of the ingredients. So let's dump them in this water. All right, so be careful that you don't get burned. I'm gonna slowly dump all my potatoes in my boiling water. Let them get all nice and ready, and we'll come back. All right, y'all, while we wait for those potatoes to cook and get ready, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the gun that I talked about. But just so you know, I will be putting all the ingredients and the recipe to these pies in the description. So if you wanna make these pies, check out the description, it'll be there for you. All right, the pistol that I told you I was bringing again is another Sig Sauer. This is the Sig Sauer P320 M18 version, which I believe is the version of the 320 that was issued to most of the branches of the United States military. The Marine Corps in general, I think, adopted this specifically as their official firearm. So this is the commercial version of it, or the civilian version of it. Really nice gun. This actually is not my gun, this is my son's gun. So shout out to my son for allowing me to use this gun for this video. This gun actually is the one that got me into the 320s. If you've been watching my videos, you know my EDC, my primary EDC carry gun is the Sig 320X Compact. So this one comes in, this pistol in the civilian version as well as the military version comes in the coyote tan color, which is a really good looking gun, good looking color here. A couple things about the gun as far as the slide's concerned. There are serrations in the front. So if you use front serrations for a press check, very easy to actuate. Also, there are slides in the rear for those who like rear and front sights, or slide serrations. All right, just so you know, nothing in the magazine and nothing in the chamber. This gun is clear and safe, all right? So this is a striker fired pistol in 9mm caliber. Comes with 2 magazines. The first magazine it comes with is a 20-round magazine here, has the extension on the magazine. And the second one is a 17-round magazine. A little bit more of a flush fit, all right? So it comes with 2 high-capacity magazines. Makes this gun an ideal carry gun. You could use it for a home defense gun, nightstand gun, truck gun, whatever you want to use it for. Makes an ideal gun for many different situations and purposes. All right. Also on this slide, it comes stock with night sights, the Sig night sights, as well, a front and rear. And the rear night sights are removable. And then underneath that is a plate because this gun is cut for an optic right out of the box and is compatible with the Romeo 1 Pro. All right, so you can put an optic on this. My son has not done that yet. I do think he's planning on adding an optic to this gun at some point, a Romeo 1 Pro. Also, in addition to that, you notice that there's kind of like a two-tone color scheme going on with the black and the coyote tan. Looks good. You know, just I think a really good looking gun. Moving on down to the frame. This frame is not the frame that came stock with this gun. My son actually upgraded it from the stock frame, which is here. And the stock frame is your regular traditional Sig 320 stock frame, which is not a bad frame and does feel pretty good in the hand. The difference between the one that comes on the gun and the Wilson Combat frame that he actually purchased and upgraded is the Wilson Combat frame is just a little bit more ergonomic. It's a little bit slimmer in the hand. The palm swell of the stock frame is a little bit chunkier. This is a little bit thinner, right? So it just feels better. Plus the texture in terms of the texturing on the side straps, front and rear straps are quite a bit more aggressive with the Wilson Combat. Also, the design on the Wilson Combat is just a little bit better in terms of aesthetics. It just looks better than that traditional 320 frame that you guys are used to seeing. So that Wilson Combat is a nice addition to this gun. All right. Also, the takedown lever is square in the middle on the left side of the frame, makes it easy for field stripping. The slide release button or the slide catch is very small but easy to actuate. Very simple and easy to actuate. They did a good job with that. And then this also has an ambi safety. So there is a safety on both the left and right side. Very easy to actuate, but also pretty minimal in terms of size as well. So not a bad setup, not a bad configuration here. As far as the magazine release, pretty good size like most Sig 320s. Very easy to actuate. And as you notice, the magazine's empty, just fall right out. That's a 20 round magazine. It's gonna be just a little bit heavier. All right, 17 round magazine, falls out just as easy. All right, so there's that. All right, also in addition to that, he added a Olight Mini. I think this is the first Olight Mini Valkyrie, the PL Mini Valkyrie. So he did add that as well. I think this might be like 800 lumens for this light. And then also he upgraded the trigger. He has a skeletonized flat face trigger, which has a nice pull, just a smooth trigger. I'm a big fan of the flat face triggers now because my X Compact came stock with a flat face trigger, and that was the first time I actually used a flat face trigger, but it actually was very smooth. I liked it. So I am a big fan now of the flat face triggers. All right, so that's the quick tabletop, the quick and dirty on the P320 M18 version with the Wilson Combat frame. I hope you guys like this. I got some video I want you to check out of me shooting this at the range. And then we'll get back to these pies here shortly, and then I'll give you my final thoughts also after shooting this at the range. All right, let's get it. All right, y'all, so I'm out at the range. I got the 320 M18. Just want to give you a quick size comparison so you know what this gun is in comparison to some others. Glock 17 Gen 5. So this is about the size comparison of the two. All right. So the Glock 17 is quite a bit longer than the M18 is. All right. In comparison to the X Compact, the 320 X Compact, just a little bit longer. The handle is about the same. So it is slightly larger than the X Compact. So again, it can be used for a carry gun. All right, so I'm gonna take it down range and put some rounds on target. Let's go. All right, y'all, so I just got done shooting the M18, and I gotta say it is a soft shooting pistol, extremely soft shooting, even more so than what I think is a super soft shooting 9mm, the Glock 17. And in comparison to my EDC, the X Compact, also softer than that. I gotta say this is probably a super full-size duty gun it could be used for, or even an EDC. I don't know if the Wilson Combat frame helps in terms of recoil absorption, but I'm just telling you, I was able to keep my pistol on target, hit the target one time after another. So super gun, very impressed. So I definitely recommend the M18, just an all-around good gun. And also the grip angle is much different than a Glock, so I think that's going to make a difference there too. All right, so we're going back to the kitchen and then we'll wrap this video up there. All right, let's go. All right, y'all, so I'm back. I got my potatoes all ready. I kind of let them cool down in the bowl just a little bit, maybe about room temperature or so. So they're ready to go. Starting from left to right, I got some granulated sugar. I got a few eggs that are beat. I also have some cinnamon here, nutmeg here, evaporated milk, some ginger, melted butter, real butter, and I also have some coconut too. If you want to leave the coconut out, leave it out. If you want to add it in and try it, do that. All right, also, I got my pie crust. All I did was bought the box pie crust. I put it in a pie plate, and I also just did a quick, easy crimping method. You just use your fingertip and you just kind of go around and around on the crust, and you just make kind of a decorated crust edge. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is take my beater, and I am going to beat up the potatoes just a little bit. Next thing I'm gonna add is I'm gonna add my sugar. I'm gonna leave, like I said, I'm gonna leave the ingredients and the recipe down at the bottom, but you can add that to taste. All right, next I'm gonna add is my butter. Then I'm gonna add my eggs. Next I'm gonna add my evaporated milk. And I'm also gonna add my cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger. I'm gonna hold off on that coconut till the very end. I'm gonna mix this up real good. So now I'm gonna add my coconut. The coconut is gonna take up some of that liquid. And you can kind of just add it to taste. You don't want to overdo the coconut, right? Now you can mix it up again. Now the amount on my recipe that I left in the description, it's enough to make 2 pies. Actually, depending on how thin or thick the pie is, 2 to 3 pies. I'm making 2 pies, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill one of my pie shells up with the batter. And you can make your pies as thick as or thin as you want them. All right, y'all, so I got both of my pies filled. Now I got the oven preheated for 425. I'm gonna bake it at 425 for about 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes is up, I'm gonna reduce the temperature down to 350 degrees for an additional 50 minutes. Let them cook, let them get all good and ready. Once I'm done at the additional 50 minutes, I'm gonna pull them out, let them cool for about an hour and a half, 2 hours before serving. Make sure that they are at room temperature and then ready to go, all right? All right, y'all, so I'm back. I got my pies out of the oven. The pies are already done. I cut a slice for myself. I'm gonna take a taste of it, let you guys know what it tastes like, all right? One of the things that I do sometimes is throw a little bit of Cool Whip on top of the pie, gives it a little extra pop. If you like Cool Whip, throw it on there. If you don't, leave it off. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. All right, so I am going to take a taste. As you can see, the pie is pretty moist. All right, so let's take a bite, see what we got. That pie is off the chain. It's so good. You can get all the notes of the different spices that are in there. I'm tasting that nutmeg. I'm also getting a little hint of the cinnamon. The cinnamon is really pulling through. Oh, it is good. And then that coconut just takes it up another level. Let me get a little bit with some Cool Whip on it. So good. So again, around those holiday seasons, you want some sweet potato pie. I'll put the recipe down in the description. Check it out. You'll love the sweet potato pie. Makes the seasons just that much better. That's all I got for you today. Make sure you tune in for that next episode, number 3 of Guns and Grub, y'all. So again, I always say to y'all, I love when you ride with me and I appreciate it. Make sure you drop some lines in that comment section. Tell me about your favorite holiday treat. If you make sweet potato pie, what you like to add to yours and make it a little bit different than mine. If you make this recipe, make sure you drop a comment in there. Let us know how it came out. All right? So, yo, like I always say, y'all, if you ain't packing, you're slacking. I'll see you when I see you.